many of us remember that time in childhood when we play telephone or Chinese whispers? Do you remember those?
Mm-hmm.
That we would start saying peace, and then the next person is gonna say bees, then knees, cheese. The last person is gonna say, is it please? Do you remember that? I remember that was one of my favorite games growing up. And even though it's just a game, childhood game, today we can use it as an example for data management. This happens when too many people communicate information. It could be changed, it could be modified, and it can get to the last person. The message could be completely different. My name is AJump. I'm part of the Gifts and Record Management here at NC State, and today I'm going to be talking about data integrity. Data integrity is one of the main key points of data security. It's about collecting, storing, and updating a database that is gonna help grow an organization. It's really, really valuable, and our team has the responsibility to do that. Today we're gonna first take a look at some of the key points of data integrity. Then we're gonna go over a few misconceptions, and we're gonna review some of the best practices to develop our job in a better way. Data integrity. Data integrity is about being reliable. Being reliable is that this data can be trusted. It's trustworthy. That when people go to find some reference, it's gonna tell actually the truth about what the information is. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be accurate. Accurate means that it's gonna be free of errors. It doesn't matter if all the numbers are there. If they're not in the right order, the message is gonna be completely different. It's not the same to say 42 than 24. So it needs to be accurate, and it needs to be current. Data changes every second. We can try to have a very accurate database today, and we achieve it, but tomorrow when we come in the morning, it's not accurate anymore. It's not updated anymore. We will need to, this is gonna be our endless task. We're gonna be updating that database every day. So that takes us to some of the misconceptions that we sometimes fall into. One of the first misconceptions is the belief that data integrity is a problem limited to fraud or falsification. Because in our case, data integrity falls into commission. That means that we create new information that is not there, that is not real. It falls into omission, that we think that a few pieces of information are not relevant, so we don't include that. And that also hinders our database. And manipulation, that means that we change it a little bit. We don't put the 42, instead we put the 24. So that is gonna completely affect our data integrity. The next misconception is that we trust that people will follow all the policies. We're humans. We all make mistakes. It's not that they don't want to follow the policies, but they might not know how to handle those policies or how to follow those policies. So we cannot trust people. When we receive information, we are entitled to check and double check that that information is going to be right and ready to be put into our database. The last misconception is that the belief that data integrity issues are not likely to happen here or are not likely to happen to me. because I have experience and I have been doing this for 2 years now. So that doesn't happen to me. I know that every piece of information that I put into advanced is the right one. So that's a misconception because sometimes we're tired. Sometimes somebody comes to talk to us and we just do it really quick to answer a question, or we're really tired and we just make a mistake. So this can all happen to us, and this will affect not only our work, but the development of the group and the growth of the university. Now I would like to talk about a few of the best practices. First, search. We have good tools. We have Alumni Finder, we have LinkedIn, we have a group of people that is the prospect research team that also can help us when we really have a question. Ask. Don't be afraid to ask. When we receive a mail, when we receive a request that we really don't know how to handle it, just reply and ask. It's better to ask than to make a mistake. And when we receive an answer, we're going to feel the relief, and we know that the information that we're going to be putting in is a real one. And review. Every time that I hit save, even though I see the yellow line on top of my work, I like to review it again. It's just a practice. Review that all the papers are there. Review that I covered everything. Sometimes I find mistakes in the review that I didn't see in the first one. So these are just 3 quick tips that we can implement into our everyday work. Our Gifts and Record Management team is responsible for recording and maintaining the alumni and donor information. In this university, that is our responsibility, and we are part of the big picture. We're putting a little bit every day into building up the campaign and building up the vision and the purpose of the university. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.